Hello, here I come again, and I am Jennie on the growth agenda. We must do this. Like, we got to do this. Outside of growth, I do not know what else we would be doing. So, the growth agenda is that important. And we'll have a quick recap before we move on to our next set of 3. We are looking at the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. We started with the law of intentionality, moved to the law of awareness, then the law of the mirror, and the 4th was the law of reflection, the law of consistency, and the law of environment. 6 up to this point. Now I come with another set of 3. And the first of the 3, which would be the 7th, is the law of design. The law of design advises us that you should you should design your life plan. Set some goals. Like, have a structured life. This is what you live for. These are the goals, your major goals, the long-term goals for your life. And then work out bit by bit towards them. So we are being asked every now and again to stop a bit and look back and then plan ahead. At every point in your life, you should be able to say, this is where I have come from, this is where I am now, and this is where I'm headed. If we do not do that, you can almost tell what will happen, because then we will become victims of life and things will happen to us as life wishes. You don't want to be like that. You want to be able to drive life. Yes? And when I talk about structuring your life, life has many facets. We have the physical, where your health, your diet, your exercise would be the key issues. We have the spiritual, where your relationship with God and your spiritual growth would fall. We have the community-related side of your life, where your contribution to the communities around you and beyond would fall. Like, what have you done for the community? What have you done for the neighborhood? There's lots of areas that we can touch as individuals to help other people. You can already see from that if you don't work to develop yourself, you're not going to be of any help to the people around you that you see need help. And then there's a financial side. We need money. You need money. We've got to have money. We must make wealth. Because a life without wealth, I don't want to partake of it. So all those different areas, every time I say growth, I am talking about all of them. Even your intellectual growth. Read, expose your mind, and soak in as much as you can. So when we talk about designing your life, it is in those different areas. What is the goal for your community? What is your goal for your spirituality? What is your goal for your physical body and your family and all those things? What is your goal in as far as creating relationships and meaningful networks is concerned? So that is the design that we are talking about, and be able to, every now and again, every review period, to break off a chunk and know that, okay, this I have achieved, and my next is this. See? The next law, maybe just before we go to the next law, let me just make this remark, that we sort of tend to forget to focus on the long term and look at the short term. I am talking about the law of design. And look at the short term. We design parties, we design weddings, we design, those little short-term gratification things. They're not bad, But we should not do this at the expense of the long-term life. Because when you're 80, I want to guess that your pride will not sprout from the party that you made 50 years ago. Your pride will sprout from the legacy that you will be leaving. And your legacy could be spiritual, your legacy could be relational, your legacy could be physical, your legacy could be financial. I mean, that is what we want to know. When you die, we want to know what we are going to miss. But also we want to know what we are going to enjoy, what we are going to partake of, what you have left behind. Not the party that you made 50 years ago. You see? So don't walk yourself into regret when we can do something about it now. So now I can move on to the next law, which is the law of pain. Now the thing is, pain is inevitable. We might want to run away from it, but it will run after us. You can be careful, and if you live your life carefully, you will probably reduce the number of pains that you will go through, but you will still go through them. Now, for you who is reckless, you'll land into trouble so many times. But whatever we do, whatever category you fall into, there will be pain in life. But what is more important is what you do with the experience. After you've gone through a painful experience, what next? The thing about pain is, if you choose to take it positively, it will force you to confront situations that you would rather run away from. See? That you have come face to face with a certain decision and you must take it. Because the situation you are in is such that you need to take that decision. For example, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Maybe you have lost a loved one, and let's say you are a 20-year-old and you've had the misfortune of losing both parents in a plane crash. So the decisions that you're going to make as a firstborn out of your siblings are such that I have become the parent of these children. So I'm going to drop certain things which have been a part of my lifestyle because I need more time to concentrate in this area. That's just an example. It might not be the best example, but what I'm saying is that out of pain, many times we will be forced to take certain decisions. But pain can be a very good opportunity for growth. Not that we should therefore invite pain in our lives, but know when it comes, rather than allowing it to kill you, use it to grow. I'm not saying be senseless, be insensitive to pain. No one can be like that. But after we've gone through the pain, do not forget that you are still alive and that your life still goes on and that we have so many people that depend on us. So for the sake of those people, for the sake of your long-term life purpose, gather some strength. Take some positive decisions. Change that attitude. You see, and life will go on. See what COVID-19 has done to everybody on the globe. Loss of loved ones, loss of jobs, loss of business. But at the same time, this year the year 2020 has been a year of opportunity for so many people amidst the pain. That's what I'm talking about. Pain can grow us. It has killed many, but it can grow us. So take advantage of that and grow. And for every pain that you suffer, sit down and assess it and look for the opportunity that lies underneath. Okay, the third law is the law of the ladder, and it's about character. Growing your character, yes, will cause you to grow as a person. You understand? Now, as an individual, you have competences, those things that you are good at. You can be a good speaker, you can be a good writer, you can be a good player of musical instruments, you could be, the best technician in the area. I mean, all those things. That is one side. But then there is this side of character. Who are you? When we think about you as a person, what do you see? What do we see, rather? What are your values? Are you dependable? Can I confidently enter into a deal with you without worrying that this guy might disappear with my money? Are you an honest person? Are you respectful? It is very rare that we will fail because we do not have the technical competencies. Most of the time, our failure is because of character problems. Think about it. The people in prisons, it's character. The people who are fired from jobs, character. The political failures that abuse office, character. Think about yourself as well. The areas where you have had trouble are probably also character related. Yes? So what John Maxwell is telling us is that if you build your character bit by bit, every bit that you build is a step of the ladder that will take you higher and higher in your personal growth journey. And before you even realize, people will want to relate with you because there is value. There is value. They see value in you. So look inside yourself. What are your values? What are the things that you believe in? Because if you want to move on the outside, the ingredient is inside of you. I forget who says that you cannot travel within and stand still without. You see? So that is to say that a lot of our success is related to character. Haven't you seen businesses crumble because maybe the owner, the initial owner, has died, and now a son has taken over, or a daughter for that matter, and now you start to notice that this is crumbling. That is character. That is what John Maxwell is talking about. And it's not only John Maxwell, even other writers. Character. How do you relate with people? How do you manage your resources? What is your attitude? What do we think of you? Do you know that we matter? The people around you? Do you value us? Does it matter to you what value you bring to the universe? In short, when you build your character, your competencies, your technical competencies will bring doublefold. Because a lot of what we need to go through success will ride on character. So, think about the values that you stand for. Are you accountable? Even in family, everywhere, even in a family setting, even in your church or your mosque. Character. Character will build you. Character will kill you. It's all up to you. What do you want? So those are the 3 laws that now make 9. Remember, the book is made up of 15. So we have seen 9 up to this point. And we have two videos left. 12 and then 15. The growth agenda is here to stay. It is here to stay. When we are done with this book, I will bring another book. The bottom line for me is that eventually we get started if we haven't. Eventually we'll get started and move together. And at the end of this book, I will share the things that have worked for me and how I'm putting all these laws into practice so that we get to learn from each other. Until I come again,